going on, guys? Luke here with Wilson Auto Detailing. Listen, in this video, I'm gonna do one of the weirdest things I've ever done on the channel ever. I'm talking Britney Spears shaving her head weird. I'm talking some hedge funds going bankrupt because of their short positions they took on GameStop and a couple of hooligans who won't sell their shares. I'm talking Elon Musk trying to terraform Mars and turn us into an interplanetary species weird. Yes, you guessed it. I am putting a ceramic coating on a vehicle that has never been paint corrected. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking.
If you put that ceramic coating on a vehicle that has not been paint corrected, I will make you look like an absolute hack in the comments below.
And you know what? I don't completely blame you because I know at first glance how weird that sounds. But as you guys know, on the Wilson Auto Detailing channel, I try to make a point to talk about the business side of detailing because you can be passionate about detailing, but if you can't create cash flow into your pocket in a business through detailing, then that passion dies out really quickly. But before we put this ceramic coating on the Tesla Model Y maintenance client that I have, and see how quickly we can go from 0 to 60, because of course my customer texted me beforehand and said, hey Luke, you need to get in this Tesla and take it for a joyride before you get this detail done. Before we do any of that, there's actually something extremely important that I need to talk to you guys about. Listen, we're all detailers here, okay? I don't know when the last time that you cleaned up your like button was, but actually I cleaned up my like button last night. I found cobwebs, some dust, dirt, grease, grime, and listen, you don't have to clean up your like button every single day, but maintain the like button, you know, video to video, that makes sense, right? So before we get into the info, make sure you go below this video and obliterate the like button, because listen, there are a lot of other detailers out there who need to see this video because they're like you and I, were lost with no direction, sleeping on park benches, trying to figure out where my next meal was going to come from, trying to start my detailing business. Okay, full disclosure, I wasn't homeless or needing food, but that being said, I had no direction and couldn't figure out how to build my detailing business, and a video like this would have been very helpful. And if you go below this video and turn that little like button blue by liking it, it does help this video rank in YouTube so that other detailers who are searching for this information can find this video. So if you want to give back and you're just like, Luke, I'm feeling charitable today, hit the like button and let's get into the video. Now guys, before we get into addressing all the objections that I'm sure a lot of you are going to have, like number one, you can't apply a ceramic coating without first doing paint correction, or number two, you can't apply a ceramic coating outside, or number three, you can't apply a ceramic coating without having good lighting and yada yada yada, which I will get to all of those because you know what? They are actually very valid concerns, and I want to explain my thinking and my thought process throughout this. I want to first start off with the business aspect before we get into the ins and outs of the coating. So guys, this is a Tesla Model Y from a now maintenance client of mine, and while they did not start out with the intention of actually applying the ceramic coating, this is a simple exterior maintenance detail that I do on a regular basis now, and one of the few maintenance customers that I actually brought into my orbit this year. Now, why do I say simple maintenance client, and why do I point out the fact that they did not first come into the Wilson Auto Detailing orbit through a ceramic coating job? Well, I say that because in many ways, detailers make the mistake of trying to sell their particular desired package, desired add-on upsell job to the customer on the front end, rather than looking at their business in a more long-term perspective, and specifically in a customer acquisition sort of way. And I want to explain what I mean by that. When I'm talking about looking at your business in terms of a customer acquisition, I mean this. It is always easier to do business with people with whom you have already done business with. It is always more difficult and more expensive to go find a new customer. So what does that mean, and how does it apply in this particular situation? Well, generally speaking, I don't take on new jobs at this point in my business like simple exterior maintenance details, because honestly, the time put in versus the money that I'm going to be able to charge, assuming that they're not willing to pay a premium price, just isn't worth it for me based on the status of my business at this point and the clients that I have now. However, when it comes to details like this Model Y is completely new to the customer. The paint is in perfect condition, etc., etc. And on top of that, in our initial conversation, we did breach the subject of ceramics very briefly. And the reason why I give all of this context is because the thought process here would have been very simple if I would have simply said, oh, he simply wants an exterior detail, maintenance package. I'm not going to be able to charge over X amount of dollars based on what he wants to pay. It's not going to be worth it for me. But because because I'm looking at this particular situation in terms of customer acquisition, understanding that in the future, this customer is probably going to be interested in a ceramic job in some way or another, so with some sort of context or another. Rather than saying no, I want to say yes, and it's really a win-win here. I inject immediate cash into my business that allows me to continue to grow, continue to sustain, continue to actually put out video content on social media, which will, of course, attract more customers, continue to get reviews from these customers, attracting more customers. Of course, we have all those instantaneous results, but in addition to that, this customer will, and I predicted inevitably would return as a ceramic job as it is in this video. And that's really where I like to kind of cash out or upsell. This is where I can turn this one customer and this one job into more than just a single job through maintenance clients, and even into more than just maintenance client through a ceramic coating job. And that's what we're doing here. Why was it easy to transition into the ceramic coating? Why was it easy to actually offer this and I didn't have to negotiate, sell it with the customer, convince, do all these things? Because we were doing business together beforehand. So this is an extremely important concept. It applies in many different ways in your detailing business, and it's necessary that you really start to think this way. Now, this leads me into the next most important point about this video, and that is the why behind what I am doing here. See, in the detailing world, you will find that there are extremely strong opinions based on what you are allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, what is considered a hack job, what's considered a truly detailing job. And luckily, I have over 600 videos here on YouTube showing every different situation you could possibly encounter in the detailing world. So you guys know at this point, I do not treat details as a broad brushstroke, generalized perspective when I am approaching them. It takes a case-by-case perspective if you want to build your detailing business into something that can serve customers in many different areas, at many different times, with many different wants, and in many different ways. That is going to be how you are going to best utilize your detailing skill in your detailing business. So let's go ahead and talk about the why behind I'm doing what I'm doing here and explain why it works. And let me begin by saying this. We are going to be tracking this Tesla and the Avalon King Armor Shield ceramic coating that you see me unboxing here to see exactly how long we can get this ceramic coating to last on this Tesla Model Y when we did not do any paint correction beforehand, to see if we can form some pretty conclusive hypotheses and have some empirical evidence to back that up. Now, what are other people who have used this ceramic coating saying about it in the comments and review section? Well, Zach said that he loves this coating. Hector says the Avalon King coating is awesome. And Jay said this is a really good bang for your buck. So I just want to show you guys a couple reviews here. It's not just me using this coating. You get a little bit of an outside perspective there as well. You guys can see I'm going to be using this coating on every single part of the car: the roof, the glass, the exterior windows, the chrome pieces, all of the paint, of course, as well as the wheels, and believe it or not, the black trim. So this is truly an all-in-one coating, not just that it actually comes with everything you need in the kit itself, but it's actually going to be able to be applied to every surface of the car and be able to protect it with that ceramic grade protection as well. Now, it's important to note for the context here and the why behind what we're doing here. Number one, this paint is in perfect condition. The level of swirls, the level of marring, the level of abrasion is so minimal that you actually might be able to make a good argument that you would not pass the threshold of enough difference to see, even if I were to take a minor polish to this paint, like Optimum Hyper Polish or things of that nature. Of course, there's another thought process that says, well, you need to take a polish of some sort that has even minor abrasives in it to the paint and glass before applying the ceramic coating, because it puts the paint and glass in a state where it is going to most effectively bond with the ceramic coating you are using. And while that may be true, part of the experiment here is to see what that threshold actually is. Can we get the same longevity on paint like this that is perfect and not corrected, and comparing it next to paint that was very, very corrected, like the truck I did actually last month here with the Avalon King ceramic coating, and really just to see what kind of durability difference we can get here. Now, to add even another layer of context with the product itself, and yes, I'm going to get the context to what the customer wants here and the pricing and all of that went into this decision in not correcting the paint before applying it, but the coating itself, the Avalon King product, actually can technically be applied to the paint, glass, chrome, all that, black trim, everything else you can think of without paint correction taking place first. You guys saw previously, leading up to this point in the video, all of the preparation work that took place, including not just obviously stripping the car with a prep shampoo in the foam cannon as well as in the agitation wash. Both was the same preparation, paint preparation shampoo from Avalon King as well. But of course, then we used an iron decontaminant, chemical decontaminant from Renegade. And in addition to that, while I didn't show it in this video, this vehicle was actually fully detailed, the exterior of it, about a week ago, and it was fully clay barred and just kept in the garage since then. So there was actually no need to do another clay bar here. That would just add to the marring. There was nothing to be pulled off by that. So the only necessary part was the chemical decontamination once again. So just another layer of context here is the fact that this product itself is actually friendly to the paint when it is not corrected. And of course, once again, we're going to be following up here just to see what kind of evidence we can get of longevity. But even the directions do give you the option to apply this coating without paint preparation first in the form of paint correction. Now, all of that being said, let's talk about the why behind the customer conversation here. See, not everybody, as you probably have already experienced in your detailing world, wants to pay $1,200, $1,500, $1,800 for specific types of ceramic coatings to be applied in specific ways, right? The truck that I flashed back to just a second ago, that was a much more expensive job. Why? It's a very big vehicle. It required a 2-stage paint correction. It was about a 3.5 to 4 day job. Not everyone is interested in that. This is reaching back to a concept I was just talking about, and I also want to note, as you guys are watching in the video, the coating actually being applied, it's being applied to, once again, not just the paint, but also the door handles, also the trim that surrounds the windows that's not your traditional black plastic trim, also the traditional black plastic trim that surrounds the fenders of the wheels. So just understand that this product is extremely versatile. It's really worth noting. Now, getting back to what I was just saying, because not everyone in the consuming world of detailing wants to pay for the exact same service, the exact same type of treatment, it is necessary to adjust strategy to fit the customer's price range, to fit their want, to fit the desired outcome that they have for their vehicle long term. So let me break this down kind of point by point. One of the mistakes that detailers make all the time is sticking to a sort of rigid ideology that says, I have to detail this way with this amount of time if I'm going to do a ceramic coating with this type of product, even if that means nothing to the customer themselves and they don't actually want to pay for that. And when you stick to that rigid ideology, you're unable to actually address really the business you're in, which is customer service. So if my customer in this particular situation is totally satisfied with about a year to a year and a half of really good protection, potentially even 2 years or more, if we, of course, maintain this the right way without the paint correction, they're satisfied in addition with that longevity and that durability time frame with the condition of their paint without the paint correction taking place. They don't want any of the swirls that do exist on the paint taken out because they're so unnoticeable already. And in addition to that, I can actually do this in a time frame of a day or a day and a half if I want to stretch it out a little bit, and we keep it within their price range. That is the win-win-win-win-win all around that is required to produce profitability in your detailing business. And one of the things that has to be asked when we're honest with ourselves in the detailing business is when we say no to a customer like this because of some sort of ego we have about not wanting to reduce the product to this type of application. or do something this way because you're not going to get the full longevity that you could potentially get just because of some rigid ideology that we're following, you have to wonder, is that really the type of business you want to build? While yes, we're in the detailing business, and yes, there's a certain pride in that, maybe even more prioritized is the customer service aspect of our businesses. And this is something that needs to be considered and probably talked about more than it is in the detailing world right now. Now, as I finish up here, you guys are going to notice a few things. Number one, I did the windows last as well as the wheels. And like I keep saying, this is the only ceramic coating that I really would safely apply to every single area of the car, including that black plastic trim, the glass roof, of course, the windows without polishing them. No need to polish them for the reasons that I've said, but it's just very versatile, not just in the fact that it comes with everything, but also that it can be applied to everything as well. In addition to that, guys, you're going to see that I'm going to use a simple gel dressing, water-based Chemical Guys VRP on the tires to finish everything out. And unfortunately, I did not get some good lighting sort of based video after shots. I just got some simple pictures for you guys to check out the after of this vehicle. But as always, enjoy the after result, and we will finish out this video strong. Alright guys, that brings us to the end here. Listen, if you want to get any of the tools or products that I used in this video, and I used a lot of really awesome tools and products in the video, all of that stuff is going to be linked up below in the YouTube description box, as it always is. And most importantly, if you want to get your hands on this Avalon King ceramic coating, which I highly suggest, by the way, that will of course be linked up below as well in the same exact space. If you're not yet subscribed to the Wilson Auto Detailing channel, but you are looking to grow your detailing business, looking to create hyper profitability, looking to put money in your pocket through a successful detailing business, then look no further and make sure you hit the subscribe button, because that's exactly what we're talking about. It's unfortunate, but not many people talk about the business side of detailing, and that's what I want to do here, not just stop short with tools and products. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. You can also follow me on Instagram at Wilson Auto Detailing. I post multiple videos to that page every single day, and so you can keep up with more business and detailing related content there. As always, guys, thank you for watching once again, and from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I will see you guys in the next video.